Hello, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our webinar this afternoon, Navigating City Contracting Opportunities with Councilmember John Lee. We're very excited to have you here and to share some useful information today. We hope to inspire you. We've got some excellent presenters, and our intention is, of course, to support you in your pursuit of public contracting opportunities in the city of Los Angeles. So I will just click over to the agenda slide here. This workshop is part of the CDAP, which is short for the Contractor Development and Bonding Program. And we're, of course, looking forward to sharing with you about this regionally sponsored program and its many useful no-cost offerings. But we're also excited to welcome representatives from LA City Public Works, LADWP, the Port of Los Angeles, and LAWA to share about upcoming opportunities, certifications, different dedicated support that they offer, and the best ways to pursue the abundance of opportunities that our robust city has to offer. So, as we move through the workshop, please feel free to submit any questions that you may have using the Zoom Q&A feature. And we have a dedicated CDAP account manager managing that chat. So she'll be answering those questions as we go. And if you do come up with any questions for our speakers, you can hang on to those until the end of the workshop, and we will have a question and answer time in which we can ask. So first, before we get into the presentations, it's my pleasure to share a warm welcome video provided to us by City Council Member John Lee. We are so honored to have Councilmember Lee's support in this program for small and diverse contractors. Councilmember Lee represents City Council District 12 in the San Fernando Valley, and as you may know, one of his key focuses is championing small businesses. He's from a small business family, and he really puts policies and programs that support small businesses at the top of his priorities. He's interested in cutting through bureaucratic red tape, eliminating fees, and minimizing obstacles, those obstacles that you're all so familiar with for our local contractors to make LA the most business-friendly city possible. So that said, his goals really do align with the goals of the CDAP program, and we are very grateful to have his support. So with that, I will turn it over to him.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Councilmember John Lee, representing Los Angeles' 12th District, and I'm pleased to welcome you to our virtual outreach workshop, Navigating City Contracting Opportunities. You know, as a lifelong Valley resident and someone who has called CD12 home for over 4 decades, I am deeply investing in empowering our small, local, and diverse businesses to access the resources they need to thrive. And that's why I'm proud to collaborate with Meriwether and Williams on today's workshop. The Contractor Development and Bonding Program, CDABP, offers no-cost training, tailored mentorship, bid alerts, bonding assistance, and financing support, providing essential tools that empower small and diverse contractors to successfully compete for city contracts. The city of Los Angeles is making historic investments in infrastructure and services, and I want to make sure that businesses based right here in Council District 12 are front and center for those opportunities. Because when we invest in our local contractors, we invest in our neighborhoods, creating jobs, strengthening our economy, and building inclusiveness here in Los Angeles. I really encourage you to engage fully with the content today, ask questions, and make the connections that will help your business grow. Together, we can unlock new opportunities, elevate local economic empowerment, and build a brighter future for the communities in this district. Now, let's turn things over to our host to get started.
Wonderful. Thanks to Councilmember Lee and his impeccable team for getting us off to
Good afternoon, everyone.
Start. With that, we'll get right to it. Robert Laurie is the Field Support Project Executive for the Small Business Contractor Support Program that has brought us all here today, CDAP. As I mentioned, the Regional Contractor Development and Bonding Program. He's here to share with you all about CDAP's many no-cost program offerings, from bonding support to bid alerts, trainings, workshops, one-on-one support. And with that, welcome, Robert.
Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me to speak at this opportunity here, this event. My name is Robert Lowry, Field Support Project Executive for the CDAP program. I bring about 30 years of experience. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our program and what we have to offer. Next slide. So a little bit about us. We're a full service property and casualty benefits retirement, and we also do aligned risk management, especially programs with safety and loss prevention. We also are with bonding technical assistance, contract finance programs. We have programs in the city of San Francisco, Los Angeles Regional, Alameda, Fresno, and the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're all about bringing small emergency contractors to obtain bonds. And since the conception of the program, we have obtained over $1 billion in bond transactions, a loss ratio of 0.1%, and over 6 million contract-based financing. So that's a little bit about what we do here. So, we're here to reduce the barriers of bonding capacity that's enabling like our contractors to be able to do business with the public agencies. So we're here to be as an instrumental guide for them. As you can see, we have the four pillars that we focus around that. So with the assessment, technical assistance is the first pillar. Then we also go into contract finance and project assistance. And then the third pillar is education and training, contract support, and then prime partnerships. Next slide, please. So bonding is what is bonding? And it's a third party agreement that guarantee a contract completion. The elements of it is projects another party protects another party, not you. Cannot purchase, you must have to qualify for it, and it's unlike an insurance, so no loss is expected. So it was mandated by law on public works projects in the Hurl Act in 1894 and the Miller Act in 1935. So that was on the federal level, but on the local and state, we have the Little Miller Act. And it also varies from state to state as part of what are the requirements for bonding. And so that is a little bit about why you should have bonding. It's a protection there. Next slide. So some of the services that we provide is we obtain and increase the bonding capacities for the contractors. As you know, sometimes that is one of the hurdles. So we also provide collateral, if they're going after a city project, to make sure they can get the bond up to that capacity. And then over time, as they bid and win more jobs, so their capacity can increase for the bond. So that's one of the supports that we have here. We also will be doing the technical services. And that's real key. It's more like being a business development manager for the contractors that are enrolled in the program. As we can find opportunities for them, we can guide and coach and educate on how to do business and how to also do bidding on jobs. And the other key thing with us is the contract-based finance program. And people kind of get this confused as a loan. Yes, it's a loan, but not for capital. It's contract-based. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the presentation here. And another thing, you get a dedicated account manager or contract development manager that's dedicated to you. So it's a one-stop shop. You know who to call if you got questions instead of going through the directory. Oh, I might need help with this. I need help with this. You go to one person and they were the ones that's dedicated to you as long as you're still in the program. And like we said, this is no cost to you. It's being funded by our sponsors there. So the only cost is your time and effort to grow your business. We also talked a little bit about the collateral support. Once you obtain your bondability, say for instance you can bond up to 500,000, and you're going after a job that's 600,000. So if it's a city-sponsored job, we can put up collateral to help you get to that, to help you qualify to get the bond for that project, though. We also provide a $3,200 CPA prepared financial subsidy that you can qualify to help for one time to get your financials in order so you can, get the loans and run your business. Another thing we provide is weekly bid opportunities through our LACW, which goes out on every Wednesday afternoon about 3 p.m. Within that, it's the project opportunities and any events that's coming up. So it's a great um, news alert that goes out weekly so you can see what's going on out there. Next slide, please. So with the technical assistance portion of it, once you are in the program, you have a assessment and work plan that's developed, that's tailored directly for your company. So this program is on a case by case. It's not a cookie cutter. So it's tailored per your needs as you're with your business. So that's where we get to know a lot about you doing this assessment and developing the work plan. Then from there, you develop a contractor profile, which is like your capability statement. And if you don't have your certifications, we can guide you to the portals, give you the links to get your certifications and some support while getting your certifications. So once you've gotten to that point and you're bidding on jobs, we also do a bid document review as a service on opportunities that you would like to do. And once you have won the job, we provide that contract completion support. So that is where I kind of step in with the field support once you're on the jobs, helping you with billing, change orders, any challenges that you're having once the job is started, because we want to make sure that you complete the job successfully and so you can move to the next one. We also do monthly workshops, coaching. We provide training academies. We have 3 academies, well, 2 and then 1 partial. Bidding estimating is like a 5-week. And then before the contract award and management, we have a job start, which is a 3-day in-person intense training on, what do you do when you get a job? And then after that, then we go into the contract award and management. So those are the series that we have for training academies. And another key thing is the prime partners, getting them engaged with us to give you the opportunities to grow your business and network with them as well. Next slide. So doing the contract bid document review, we attend the pre-bids just like you. We review all the bid documents so we can see if there's any red flags, any challenges as part of our services. We would go through the plans and specs to make sure that you're capturing all your costs, your scope. As you know, we don't want any scope gaps as well. So understanding the plans and specs for your scope, how it ties into the overall project is very critical. Looking at the schedule, your deliverables, if there's any mock-up needs to be done. So we help you identify that as well. That's identifying any risks that could pop up there. And then also we identify, go through the bid documents and review those to make sure that you're filling them out correctly. Once again, we cannot give you numbers. That is a conflict of interest. We're just making sure that you're filling out the bid documents correctly because we want to make sure that you do not get disqualified for being non-responsive or non-responsible. So that is the key thing with all these documents. You can get overwhelmed with it, but we help you go step by step through the documents. Then once you get the routine, you understand how to fill out the documents. And just before you submit, we can do a final bid document review to make sure everything is correct. I can look at some of the numbers, but I cannot tell you if it's right. I might ask you, did you include a certain number in there? The biggest thing is being able to break down your numbers for your general requirements, general conditions. So you know exactly what those are, so just lump it into a percentage. Uh, we also provide a post-bid debrief. So if you were not one successful, you can request this debrief and we can kind of go through to see, where were some of your shortfalls, so you can improve for the next time around, so that gives you a better chance to be the successful bidder. And then finally is once you have won the job, we can go through the contract to do a review and help you negotiate, just on some of the key things that I see that's common issues that could be, hurting a small business. So those are the things that we do with the bid document review. Next slide, please. And the next thing is the contract completion. If you're in the program and we have provided you with the collateral to get the bond, which for the program, we will then we stay involved with you from beginning to end, where we have a job start checklist that we'll sit down and go through to make sure with the funds control, the owners, everybody understands their duties doing this project here. We also have monthly status reports, which is a contract status, a principal status, that we receive those to go through to see if there's any discrepancies, to make sure that the job is progressing. If there's any issues, it could be listed in this report, and then we will, have a meeting to see if we can resolve it and see what's going on. We also get the funds control report, look at that. So we get the 3 reports to reconcile monthly on your job until it's done. Make sure the payments are done. Then once all the final payments, then we can request for the bond to be released. So those are the key things there. We also can do site visits if you need one, just have to request it. We can come out and look at safety or whatever you need to support out in the field. We're there for that. Also looking at the change order logs, we want to make sure that you're getting your change order requests submitted, approved, so you can bill. And how do you track those? Making sure that you don't have a lot of open change orders out there, because that is money that you're not able to bill as you're doing the job. The next slide, please. Okay, so this is the contract financing program, CFAP, better known. And if you're enrolled into the CDAP program, you must be SBE. And then if you're interested in the contract financing program, there's a pre-qualification process that goes through. And we always say if you're interested or pursuing a project and you're going to need the seed money, like for your payroll, for anything expenses up front, is to start the pre-qualification early, because it could take 30 days at least, because it's a lot of back and forth, helping you with your cash flow projections, making sure you have your documentations in order. And that's where the length is, so we can get you pre-qualified. So once the time of the bid and your award, then we can go back and do some adjustments, and then do the underwriting, and then get the loan submitted for approval. So that is kind of what that goes. And the maximum is up to $250,000 per project. And the money is released as needed. So not all up front. So if you end up getting 250,000, it will go into a holding account, and then we release funds as needed based on your cash flow projections, because you don't want to be paying the interest on the full 250,000 if you don't need it. And it's monitored by a third-party funds administration. It's required, so that way that all your suppliers are getting paid first, the lender, then you. We want, because this is a short-term loan of maybe 6 months, so it's not a traditional loan. As you know, with banks, it's a traditional loan, and it's very difficult to get those. The interest rate is a lot lower with this as well. And as you do more of these loans with us, your credit score can increase. So over time, you can go out and apply for a line of credit at a traditional bank, because you've got the support and the experience with that to go with it. So those are some of the key things there with this. So if you are interested in the CFAP, if you're not enrolled into the program, get enrolled into the program, get assigned to a contract development manager, and get the process going. And say if you're interested in the CFAP, then that will go over to one of my key team members, and she will take you through the process for CFAP as well. And I believe that is the last slide for me. Yep, and there is our contact information there. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Robert, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing about the program.
You're welcome.
So just a quick reminder, everyone, after the workshop, you'll receive this full slide deck and also information about how to enroll in the program if you're not yet enrolled. And before we move on to our next presenters, we have a quick poll question. So I'll launch that now, and I'll just give everyone about a minute to answer. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next up, we have Isaiah Nguyen here on behalf of LAWA, the Los Angeles World Airports, to share a bit about navigating and pursuing the opportunities, the many opportunities, I'll say, at the airport. Welcome, Isaiah.
Good afternoon. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So good afternoon, everyone, and a special thank you to Councilmember John Lee for hosting this webinar and for allowing us to connect. There are just so many awesome contracting opportunities at the present moment and in the near future at LAX. To repeat, my name is Isaiah Nguyen, and I'm an advisor for the Los Angeles World Airports. You will hear this being abbreviated as LAWA a lot in this presentation, but essentially LAWA runs both LAX and Van Nuys Airport. So I'm on the team, the new team that we just formulated here at LAWA. It's called the Sourcing and Economic Impact Team. And today we're here to talk about many opportunities, about how LAWA, through its historic transformation of LAX and Van Nuys, is not only trying to reimagine travel, but also to create a powerful economic engine for our city and our region. Next slide, please. And I think we can go to the next one too, because I just talked over that one. All right, so on this slide, $30 billion. LAX is in the middle of a once-in-a-generation transformation to get ready for the 2028 Olympics. We are looking at a $30 billion capital improvement program that touches every part of the airport. You all are aware that we have the automated people mover, also known as the APM, the train. The terminals, we are refreshing all the terminals, making it pretty and convenient for the flyers, and elevating customer experience. We're also redoing our roads, our parking, airfields, and even how you move through the campus. So this is one of the largest infrastructure investment currently in the nation, and it's not just about modernization. It is about how we invest, who benefits, and how we ensure these projects create real, measurable value for Angelinos. Our team here in Sourcing and Economic Impact team ensures that every dollar spent builds both infrastructure and opportunities for small businesses, for local workers, and especially for our future workforce. Next slide, please. So here you can see all of the major projects that we currently have. And I'm not sure if you can see Terminal 5. Yes, there is Terminal 5 modernization on here, and that in itself potentially would be a $2.5 billion. There's a lot of trades work going on, and then we have a very robust XBE percentage requirements. So there's going to be lots of opportunities. Next slide, please. So who we are. I'm here. I have the pleasure to be a part of the sourcing and economic impact team. And we play a central role in ensuring that every project that LAWA delivers reflects Angelino's values, inclusivity, accountability, and definitely opportunity. So we do more than oversee contracts here. We shape how LAWA's investments impact the lives of Angelinos. And here's how. We're setting the standards. We establish and enforce inclusivity and workforce development standards across all capital improvement program projects, otherwise known as CIP. So you see CIP, it stands for Capital Improvement Program. This ensures that our projects not only meet compliance thresholds, but also exceed expectations in creating equitable opportunities. What else do we do? We also monitor compliance and prompt payment. Prompt payment is so important to small businesses. Making payrolls is absolutely important. We track compliance daily, not just checking boxes, but verifying that small businesses are getting paid on time, that workers are being treated fairly, and subcontractors are protected. Prompt payment is essential to maintaining trust and financial stability for smaller firms that depend on steady cash flow. Partnering for growth. We collaborate closely with prime contractors and consultants to build meaningful partnerships, ones that mentor, train, and elevate local firms to compete and thrive long after the project ends. Measuring results and sharing lessons. We use tools like LCP Tracker. We measure local hire performance. We track workforce diversity, and we analyze XBE participation in real time. And for those of you who don't know what XBE stands for, it's local business enterprise, local small business enterprise, small business enterprise itself, and I think the last one is disadvantaged business enterprise. We also conduct after-action reviews to identify best practices and lessons learned. So each project builds upon the last. When we talk about inclusivity at LAWA, we mean it as an active process, a cycle of setting expectations, monitoring results, and improving with each project. And this is how we ensure LAWA's growth is not only physical, but equitable to the community. Next slide, please. So from slide 4 to 6, I'm going to touch really high level on the major programs that we have here at LAX. And I think we can move on to the next one, if you could. Let's stop right here. Let's take a step back and look at the scale of what we're building together. LAX is transforming on a scale that few other airports in the world at this point are attempting. This is more than renovation. It is re-architecture. Our capital improvement program includes multiple major initiatives, each defining the passenger experience and how the airport operates. From the Terminal Development Program, also known as TDABP, we are completely reimagining our terminals, almost all of them, from the iconic Tom Bradley International Terminals to Terminals 1 through Terminal 8. And we are going to demolish Terminal 5 and rebuild it from the ground up just in time for the Olympics. Projects like Terminal 1 Connector, Terminal 4 and 5 cores, and the Westgate expansions are designed to create seamless passenger flow and world-class amenities. We want to make sure you're comfortable when you're flying through LAX. And these terminal projects are not just cosmetic upgrades. They integrate sustainability features, modern baggage handling systems, and digital technologies that make LAX smarter, safer, and more efficient. Could you move on to the next one, please? Thank you. Another major program that we have here at LAX is the Landside Access Modernization Program, otherwise known as LAMP. And this is one of our flagship projects, the one that is changing how millions of travelers experience the airport before they even step into the terminal. The automated people mover, the APM, is a state-of-the-art electric train system that will connect travelers from parking facilities, the Metro Light Rail, and the new consolidated rent-a-car facility, also known as the Conrack, directly to the terminals. Alongside that, we're upgrading LAX economy parking, redesigning roadway access, and improving wayfinding throughout the campus. This means less congestions, better air quality, and a dramatically improved customer experience for everyone who comes through LAX. The next one that we have is the Airfield and Terminal Modernization Program, also known as ATMP. On the airfield, we're making critical safety and capacity improvements. Projects like Taxiway D extension, Taxi Lane C6 reconstruction, and North Airfield exit taxiways are improving traffic flow for aircrafts, reducing taxi times so that you don't have to wait so long on the tarmac just for the planes to park themselves and figure out who's going to move up next. Fuel burn and emissions. At the same time, we're modernizing terminal interfaces to make the transition between ground and airside operations more efficient for both passengers and airlines. By 2028, these enhancements will position LAX as one of the most advanced, sustainable, and passenger-friendly airport in the world. So when we say building a better LAX, we literally mean it through terminals that elevate comfort, landside systems that revolutionize access, and airfield projects that enhance global competitiveness. But beyond the concrete and steel, we're also building a better Los Angeles, one that provides opportunities for local businesses, new careers for our workforce, and a sense of pride for everyone who calls the city home. As we move into the next part of the presentations, remember, every project you have just seen or heard about is more than a line on a budget. It is an opportunity to partner with us for your innovation and definitely inclusion. Whether you're a small local contractor, a small trade, a design firm, a major construction partner, there is a place for you in this transformation. Next slide, please. I think you can go on to the next one. Oh, here's our nice QR code. So behind the cranes and concretes are the people and partnerships that make this work meaningful. Through Hire LAX, we connect residents from communities surrounding the airports to training, apprenticeships, and good-paying construction jobs. We're expanding internship programs for college and high school students and investing in STEM pathways to prepare the next generation for careers in engineering, design, and aviation technology. We also support mentor-protege partnerships, prompt payment initiatives, and targeted outreach to small, local, and disadvantaged firms. This isn't just compliance for us, it is culture. LAWA's commitment to inclusivity is woven into every contract, every bid, and every relationship that we build. Next slide, please. When we say economic impact, we mean more than numbers. Every contract awarded is an opportunity to strengthen families, grow local businesses, and invest in communities. Our projects are generating quality career-building jobs, union positions, apprenticeships, and professional roles that sustain long-term livelihoods. This is what makes LAWA investment different. It's not just about building terminals. It's about building futures. And on this page, this slide here, I would like to call your attention to it. This is our Maytalk construction and design build opportunities. This is how you can participate. LAWA has launched several Maytalk programs. Maytalk stands for Multiple Award Task Order Contracts. And this specific one is for the construction and design build services. This Maytalk itself has been awarded to 31 qualified teams, categorized as small, medium, and large businesses. Collectively, they represent up to $5 billion in funding authority across both vertical and horizontal projects. Horizontal projects include paving, roads, bridges, utilities. Vertical projects include your terminals, your tenant improvements, and any supporting facilities. The MATOC framework allows LAWA to issue task order faster. We are talking about reducing a procurement, a complex construction procurement, an RFP, from possibly 9 to 12 months to that of 2 months. And we have seen this done with T5. So this is a significant time saving. This will launch us, to prepare us in time for the 2028 Olympic. So the MATOC also provide consistent opportunities, and it opened doors for subcontractors to participate alongside experienced prime. If you're a smaller or engineering firm, this is your entry point. Many of these primes are actively seeking new partners to expand their teams. You can connect, collaborate, and grow within the MATOC ecosystems. Could you please move on to the next one? Okay. We are continuing exploring and releasing new opportunities across design, construction, IT, professional services, public relations, HR services, artificial intelligence. Staying connected with us is important. Make sure your company, if you have already done so, is registered on Bonfire and also Ramp LA. And when the system asks you for your NAICS code, which is the North American Industrial Code, I think, don't quote me on that. Make sure you check all the applicable boxes. Because when LAWA releases a procurement onto Bonfire and Ramp LA, it's going to target all these NAICS code. These two systems, Bonfire and Ramp LA, are linked. And they are LAWA's online procurement platform. This is where solicitations, addenda, and updates are posted. We also encourage you to sign up for our industry outreach events. We host pre-proposal conferences, networking sessions, and technical workshops designed to help firms understand requirements, build teams, and submit strong and competitive proposals. But above all, for teams to network and meet each other at these events. Next slide, please. These are wonderful QR codes, and I'm glad to hear that you will receive a copy of this PowerPoint presentation because you want to keep this QR code in your pocket. All information is related to MATOC opportunities, including current awardees, subcontracting, subconsultant opportunities, and upcoming task orders can be found on the LAWA Doing Business website. The QR code for the website is provided inside this PowerPoint, and we keep it updated regularly. It is your one-stop resource for everything you need to know about contracting with LAWA. Okay. And next slide, please. If there's one thing to take away today, is this. Please stay connected. Our sourcing and economic impact team, led by Sophia Cavalli, I am just stepping in for her today, is here to help. Her contact information is right there on the screen. And please use the QR code to scan because QR code makes life easy for everybody. Whether you're a large firm looking for strategic partnerships or a small business taking your very first step into public contracting, we want to hear from you. We believe that collaboration is the foundation of our success. And we're committed to building partnerships that reflect the diversity, innovation, and energy of Los Angeles. So in closing, this $30 billion transformation is more than just construction. It is the airport's commitment to equity, transparency, and opportunity. Every project that we build should tell a story of collaboration, growth, and community investment. Together, we're not just building a better LAX, we are building a better Los Angeles. So thank you all for taking time to join us, especially our small businesses, community partners, and contractors who want to be a part of this extraordinary journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isaiah. Thank you. It was very inspiring and a lot of information. So Thank you very much. And as he mentioned, we will share the PowerPoint after, and you can follow all those QR codes. We're very grateful to have LAWA as a partner in this program and in our efforts towards supporting small and diverse contractors. So that, we will move along. Up next, we have Angela Ragusa from the Port of Los Angeles here to speak about a lot of exciting happenings and upcoming opportunities and projects at the port. So welcome, Angela.
Hi. As she said, my name is Angela Ragusa. I work at the Port of Los Angeles. We can go to the next slide.
Angela, I think you're a little bit quiet.
You hear me now?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I think something got changed. Okay, so my name is Angela Ragusa. Sorry about that. I'm a civil engineer at the Harbor Department or Port of Los Angeles. And like she said, we just have a lot of projects coming up. You can move on to the next slide. We currently actually have 5 out to bid right now. It's the 50 project, the first 5 on that list. So we can move on to the next one. So our Terminal Island facilities demolition and improvements consist of 5 separate project sites, including demolition of various steel, wood, and concrete warehouses, buildings, structures, and other miscellaneous items, in addition to lead and asbestos abatement. Work includes the construction of a storm drain system, grading, paving, electrical work, disposal of hazardous waste, and fencing. Other subcontracting opportunities include concrete, asphalt concrete paving, electrical storm drain, fencing, and hazardous waste cleanup. Project has an approximate cost estimate of $23.9 million, with bid opening on October 15th, 2025. So next week or the week after? Next week. Next slide is the Avalon Pedestrian Bridge and Promenade Gateway. Consists of construction of concrete cable supported pedestrian bridge and promenade gateway over existing rail tracks, and development of 12 acres of visitor serving open space with amenities. Work also includes installation of pre-stressed concrete pile foundations, retaining wall, architectural features, and finishes, site demolition and removal, grading, surcharge, landscaping, hardscaping, construction of restrooms, lighting, striping, signage, parking lots, and a play area. Approximate construction cost estimate is $69.8 million, with bid opening on October 21st, 2025. Next slide is the berth 49 to 51 Outer Harbor Cruise Terminal, consisting of a new 11 kV amp system for cruise ships at the berth 49 to 51, new LADWP industrial station switchgear transformer amp switchgear, wharf amp outlets, and an amp mobile cable management for cruise ship connections. The project also requires the extension of new LADWP 34.5 kV circuit through existing LADWP underground, wharf structural amp, landside structural amp support, concrete wharf repairs, hybrid fender backing panel, including steel pipe piles and timber piles, foam-filled fendering system, utilities, including water line and sewer connections, site removals, mooring bollard platforms with supporting piles. An approximate construction cost estimate is $55.5 million, with bid opening actually November 6, 2025. The next one is the 2026-2028 site improvements contract, consisting of non-exclusive on-call general maintenance and site improvements throughout the San Pedro, Wilmington, and Terminal Island districts as directed by engineer. The work includes but is not limited to removal of pavement and other improvements, pipelines, substructures, earthwork, construction of fencing, parking barriers, and traffic controls, pavement markings and other improvements, relocation of substructures and utilities, and site clearing. Work also includes trenching and backfilling, preparing soil, landscaping, planting, hardscaping, irrigation systems, site furnishings, and plant establishment and maintenance. Construction cost estimate is $16.9 million, with bid opening on November 13th, 2025. The next one is the Port-wide leak detection expansion program, and includes the reconstruction of the existing water backflow assemblies to install smart meters and gateway collectors at various terminals throughout the Port of Los Angeles. Construction cost estimate is $3.5 million, with bid opening on November 18th. The next one is now, those are all 5 currently out to bid, available on our website, CD bond, which I will get to at the end of this. Future projects going out to bid is the Berths 167, 169 Marine Oil Terminal Engineering and Maintenance Standards, or MOTEMS, Phase 2 at the Shell Oil Terminal, consisting of replacing the current 2 berth structures with a single structure at Berth 167 and demolishing the existing timber wharf and replacing the structure with a new concrete loading platform, construction of access trestle, mooring dolphins, and steel catwalks. Other subcontracting opportunities include installation of steel pipe piles, chain link fencing, electrical and rubber fenders. Approximate construction cost estimate is $10 million, and advertising potentially next month. The last one is our Wilmington Waterfront Park West End restroom and site restoration. Consists of new restroom with utility connections, shade structures, landscaping, irrigation, demolition of existing fountain, site repairs, site removals, and replacement of site furnishings. Also potentially advertising next month with a construction cost estimate of $6.9 million. Next slide. The board is committed to small businesses and recognizes that the significant community resource can contribute to the growth of the Port of Los Angeles and provide economic benefits for the city of Los Angeles. The port has set an overall goal of 25% for small business participation in port contracts, including 5% very small business enterprise participation. We're also committed to maximizing opportunities for local and regional businesses, as well as encouraging local and regional businesses to locate and operate within the Southern California region. It supports policy to support an increase in local and regional jobs, and the Local Business Preference Program aims to benefit the Southern California region by increasing jobs and expenditures within the local and regional private sector. Construction at the Port of Los Angeles is often contracted out through a competitive bid process, and the Port of Los Angeles Bid Management System, the Construction Division Business Opportunity Network, makes bidding documents promptly available to prospective bidders and notifies all parties of bidding opportunities and addendums to bid documents. Any prospective bidders who are interested in obtaining bidding documents must first register with CD Bond and may learn more information about how to do business with the port by clicking on one of these links. Thank you. This is my contact information. I'll be on till the end.
Thank you so much, Angela. So actually, with what you just said, I do want to remind everyone again, if you have any questions for Angela or for Isaiah or our next 2 speakers, just stick around till the end and we'll have an opportunity to do some Q&A. So with that, we will keep moving along. Next, we have Elizabeth Hernandez. I'll click over, hold on. From the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Supplier Diversity Office to share about doing business with DWP and what those opportunities look like and what's upcoming and how to pursue what's appropriate for you. So welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Hernandez, and as she mentioned, I am from the Supplier Diversity. Next slide, please. Today, I will be showing you how to do business with LADWP. Next slide. Thank you. So just a little bit about us. We are the largest municipal water and power utility in the nation. We serve 4 million residents and businesses in Los Angeles. And in 2024, we awarded over $1 billion in contracts for goods and services. What we buy materials and equipment, but we also procure for services for construction, public works, professional services, and other miscellaneous services. How we buy? So this is all done through a competitive solicitation method, and that's either an IFB, invitation for bids for things like materials and equipment, or for services, we do have the request for proposals, RFPs. And how can you participate? The first step would be to self-register with RAMP. That is City of Los Angeles's Regional Alliance Marketplace for Procurement. And that is where you will find all of the procurement opportunities for our department. So if you have not registered there yet, that would be step number 1. You can find the website using the top QR code or the link on the screen. And now, after that, you can create an account on ERSP, the Electronic Request Solicit Procure System. This is LADWP's website where we receive your bids and proposals. And you can also view contracting opportunities on ERSP and create a user profile to be notified of new postings. The difference between the two, Ramp LA will just give you information about the bid and will actually show you the opportunities for all of the city departments, whereas ERSP is specific to LADWP. On ERSP, you can also download bid documents and submit your bids online. And we do have the SBE DVBE participation program. And this program is a race and gender neutral program to create more competition and offer additional opportunities for small, disabled, veteran-owned, and other business to participate in our contracts. This only applies to contracts over $150,000 for services, construction, and rentals with operators. And it is contract specific. So not every contract will have the same requirement, but so that contract, it does have a contract specific mandatory SBE and or DVBE participation requirement. That's established based on the statement of work or based on the opportunities for every contract or procurement opportunity. And if you don't know what SBE is, that's a small business enterprise. DVBE is disabled veteran business enterprise. So if you are a small business, make sure to get certified. And that way you can qualify. The best way to work with us will be to connect with primes. We don't have a direct route for small businesses to apply directly to those contracts to submit those bids. Your best bet would be connecting with primes. Or if you are capable, right, of putting your proposal together, of putting that bid together, you are welcome to do that as well. LADWP's overall annual goal is 25% SBE participation and 3% DVBE participation. Next slide, please. To get a head start on and know what is coming up for bid, you can scan the QR code here. This is our supply line. And this is where every quarter, we update this so you can get a look ahead of all the procurement opportunities that will come up for LADWP. So you can even see the opportunities before they are posted on Ramp. Just to mention a few, we do have a few in the Valley. So in the Southwest Valley, we have floating solar pilot. This is requesting proposals for design, material procurement, staging, and construction. And we have a Redmont pump station and tank. That's another opportunity. You might see these in Ramp around December of this year. And the second one that I mentioned has work areas such as demolition and installation of a pump station and tanks. So again, I would highly recommend that you scan this code here and get ready to submit your proposals or bids by looking here and knowing when to check a Ramp. Next slide, please. If you have any questions regarding anything mentioned here, please contact us at Supplier Diversity Office at ladwp.com or call 213-367-3723. If you have a question specific to a bid or to your bid submittal, then you could contact the Vendor Liaison Center, and that's the email and the number below. That's perchbids@ladwp.com, or their number is 213-367-2252. Thank you.
Yes, Elizabeth, thank you so much. We will now move on to our certainly last but not least speaker, Hannah Ali from the Department of Public Works, Bureau of Contract Administration, here to speak about, actually also about certifications and how to apply for and take advantage of these and pursue contracts with the City of LA Public Works. Welcome, Hannah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hannah Ali, and I'm a management analyst with the Department of Public Works' Bureau of Contract Administration. I'm representing the Office of Contract Compliance, which oversees the certification program with the city. So certifications can assist in boosting your profile when it comes to bidding opportunities. So I'll be giving an overview of the certification programs the city offers and or recognizes, which fall under a few different categories. Next slide. So the first category of certifications are ownership-based. So we have the MBE, the WBE, the DBE, the ACDBE, and the DVBE through LAWA. So it's important to note that the last two listed are with one of our proprietary departments, the Los Angeles World Airports. For this category, the certification holder must belong to one of the presumed disadvantaged groups for which that certification is named, and possess the licenses or credentials required to conduct that firm's business. So owners must have at least 51% ownership and control of that business. Next slide. Second category of certifications are location-based. So we have the businesses headquartered in the Los Angeles County. So we have the LBE, the LSB, and the LTE. And for the LSB, it must be under, the gross income must fall under $5 million. Next slide. The last category of certifications are recognition-based. These recognition-based certifications are administered by other agencies that the City of LA recognizes. So that includes the SBE, proprietary, SBE, emergency, excuse me, the EV, the Emerging Business Enterprise, and the DVB, Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise, and the LGBTE, excuse me, and for one of these certifications, if you hold them from any of the agencies, most of them are administered by CalDGS, or in the last one, the LGBTE, certified by the National LGBTE Chamber of Commerce. You must notify our team for it to be applied to your RAMP account, because your RAMP account houses those certifications. Next slide. How to apply. So the applications listed in the first column, MBE, WBE, SBE proprietary, must be printed and submitted by mail with required documentation. And those on the right-hand side, which are all the other applications, are available online and or via RAMP. Next slide. So for more information, you may visit our website listed, bca.lacity.org/certification, and email any questions or inquiries to bca.certifications@lacity.org. Thank you so much. That's another presentation.
Thanks, Hannah. Certifications are really key for our small, diverse contractors, so they're great to take advantage of. We're getting close to wrapping up. We're getting close to the Q&A portion, but before we move on to that, we have a short recorded testimonial from one of our CDAP contractors, Juan Garcia, the president of PG Cutting Services, just about his engagement with the CDAP program.
My name is Juan Garcia. I'm the owner and CEO of PG Cutting Services. So we've attended several workshops, estimating workshops, bonding workshops. Every now and then we'll get an invitation from the City of LA's bonding program. And every time that we do, we attend. First and foremost, the program allowed us to create a capability statement, which we didn't have. And it made us realize how we can introduce our company to our potential clients. The program also put us in a database that allowed us to have more exposure until we started working with the program and started getting the exposure and getting on these bigger projects. then we had a need, and the program allowed us, or helped us actually, get our first performance bond. Through that, we've been able to get on the higher profile projects. Since we've been involved with the program, we've been able to grow, and that has resulted in creating more jobs. I would say we've created 10 new jobs in the last 2 years as a result of the program. The program is there to help us, to help all small contractors. It's free of charge because the city is doing this to help small business. It works. And I understand everybody's time is valuable, so is mine. And I've invested the time, and the payoff has been tremendous. It's very important for us to have the city and Metro and other agencies like the county and the airport invest in programs like this to help contractors like us. I just want to say to the city of Los Angeles and the program, thank you for doing this. It's helped our business. I'm sure it's helped other businesses, and I'm sure it'll continue to help other businesses in the future.
Wonderful. Okay, we have made it to our final segment, the Q&A. I will now turn it over to our dedicated account manager, Joanna Lee Penn, who will read off the questions. So if you'd like to plug some questions into the chat, into the Q&A, she'll read those off and direct them to the presenter. So presenters, I'll ask just if the question's directed towards you, you can turn on your camera and unmute yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So the first comment that we have is from Jose Galindo. We can supply support on projects as a supplier, commercial dumpsters, bins, and portable units. Also are a solid waste hauler, transporter, along with waste management services. All right, thank you for sharing. And that's it.
Yes, that's it. Okay, great. I do see that there were some other questions put into the chat, and the team went ahead and answered those as we went on. So I'm glad you guys got that information. I will click over to our last slide. We want to thank you all for joining us, for your time, and we hope that you take advantage of what the program has to offer. I'll leave this up for just a moment, and we will, as I've mentioned, send out the PowerPoint and all of that information in a follow-up email. Thank you for joining.